Stand by.
Action!
We were just finishing filming The Informant, and we, had a really great experience doing that together. And Steven said, "So what else do you got?" And there's a scene in The Informant where Matt's character goes on this rant about, someone who has a cold, and they give it to somebody, and they give it to somebody. And I said to Steven, I've always wanted to do sort of a pandemic movie, but I want it to be, rooted in reality. I want it to get its excitement from the truth and the science of what could really happen. And he said, "I'm in." The first person who I met with was a really brilliant epidemiologist named Dr. Larry Brilliant. And he had done a talk at the TED conference about how diseases can spread. And I was directed to that and thought it was incredibly compelling and terrifying. And I asked him to help Stephen and I kind of invent a virus and talk to him about transmission and how viruses sort of proliferate once they get loose, in the human population.
Mr. Amoff, your wife is dead.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
What happened to her? What happened to her?
Marianne Cotillard and Kate Winslet both play epidemiologists, and these are people who really go out into the field and have to deal with not only the disease itself and the medical sort of identification of the disease and its origins, but the society and its local customs. And society is moving forward and has its business to attend to. And how can they persuade people early on without being the person who cried wolf or overreacting, that this is something that they have to take notice of. Lawrence Fishburne plays an administrator at the Center for Disease Control, and it's the issue of how do you keep people safe but not create panic? And how do you deal with disseminating information even though the press and human beings may not all interpret it the same way or react in a way that's going to be beneficial to themselves? And then there's Jude Law's character, who, was the last character that I created. And he sort of represents this, the internet, which is its own sort of viral component. And it can spread information and fear and panic, faster than a virus can spread. And then the last character is Matt, who, plays, is the audience's proxy. And I think it's through his eyes that the rest of us, would experience a virus. It's this thing going on around us, and all of a sudden, there's no food in the grocery store, and there's power blackouts, and it's hard to get gasoline, and you have to take care of your family. I have a really great time working with Steven because he is so generous in terms of the latitude that he gives me, and so he's, I can't imagine a better situation for a writer to be in.